Hey guys, this is Wildcat Chris Harris, TNA original and one half of 6-time TNA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted. You are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 283 of the TNA Across the Line podcast. I am Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. Dallas, we are just 2 weeks away from Destination X 2007. And quite honestly, it's been a little while since we have sat down to record, so I don't really necessarily remember what we have recently witnessed. But what I do know is that at Destination X, Samoa Joe's challenging the NWA World Champion, Christian Cage. There's Elevation X. And a lot more. Kurt and Scott Steiner, probably as well. Sting and Abyss. Sting is obsessed with getting Abyss to be on his side. It's like an abusive relationship. They keep on beating you up, but you keep going back for more. And that's what Sting is doing. Sting never smartens up to not get beaten up by bigger guys. So Dallas, I'm dragging out here because you're chewing. How are we feeling 2 weeks away from Destination X?
Bob, I've never been more excited for a monthly pay-per-view than this.
That's not true. You say that every month.
I know I do.
Yeah,
I know.
It's like Tony Schiavone on Monday Night Show being like, "This is the greatest Nitro ever," until next week.
Until the next one, yeah. I'm not feeling bad about it by any means. We have some interesting things developing. As you noted, a lot of the matches we've already kind of worked toward. Now, let me just give you a quick rundown of our last episode of Impact. That'll kind of fill in some of the blanks that we're missing. Where we did see the belting pot match, the non-title Lumberjack Tag Team match between Team 3D defeating LAX in 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and there was members of the Latino Nation and I guess Team 3D's cousins, a bunch of Italian guys on the other side. La Familia or something. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
That's not La Familia, no.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it does not.
They're just Italian guys, okay? The cousins. And Steve
Shippa.
Shrippa or whatever was from The Sopranos. Is there. So this is a big deal, man. It's a big deal. After that, we saw Eric Young, James Storm, and Robert Roode defeat the teaming of the Voodoo Kin Mafia and Lance Hoyt in 2 minutes. Very random. Very random. And then in the main event, there was a number one contender ladder match to determine who was going to face Chris Sabin for the X Division title, where Jerry Lynn defeated Austin Starr, Jay Lethal, Senshi, and Sanjay Dutt in 7 minutes and 23 seconds. We also did, in fact, see the contract signing between Kurt Angle and Scott Steiner. And as you noted about Sting and Abyss, we saw this weird video package where Sting was laying on a platform talking about death and weird stuff. And essentially, him and Abyss are going to have some match. We don't know what it's called yet. I'm really, honestly not looking forward to it because I know what it is. But I'm sure we'll learn more on today's episode.
Well, you know what? You say you're not looking forward to it, but you very well could have a different reaction to it.
You're right.
All these years later.
You're right. Now, maybe with some context with it, maybe I'd appreciate it a little bit more. Right. There is a match. I'm not going to spoil it. I believe it's going to be happening in the next couple months that I am really interested to see, in hindsight, seeing the story develop. Is it going to get as much hate from us watching it like this as it did when people just see it as a one-off. I don't know. We're going to find out. It might be a lockdown match. I'm not 100%. Haven't looked it up again, but I know the match is happening in the next couple months.
I don't even know what you could be thinking of.
It might be a match between two former tag team mates.
Oh, okay.
I'm very curious to watch that match.
It's got to be like the worst one.
It very well could be, but that's why
Right.
I am very curious to see it.
Because if it's what I think you're saying, we're being super vague, even though it's been
yes
18 years. But we're there's one that's really, really good.
Like this?
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Because I feel like it gets crapped on. So I'm looking forward to seeing that kind of stuff develop. Because now knowing these stories, and this goes for Abyss and Sting too, so we're not just talking about this vague one that we're not saying much about. Could this match that I know is about to happen, maybe I won't dislike it as much, but watching it on a DVD as a one-off, I'll tell you right now, I did not enjoy it many years ago. So,
right, but here's the thing too: is with it might be a bad match, but even a great story doesn't necessarily, make a bad match good.
Oh, I know.
A bad match is a bad match.
I know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And while we're talking about the last episode of Impact from February 22nd, let me tell you about the ratings. The TNA Impact on February 22nd that I just mentioned drew a 1.01 rating and a 1.1 million viewers. Dave notes that it was unique in that all four quarters did identical 1.01 ratings. The show did bad numbers in the prime demos with an 0.58 in males 18 to 34 and a 0.68 in males 35 to 49. So take that for what you will.
Interesting. So it kept the same rating the entire show.
No drops, no gains. Very, very interesting.
But then the demos were bad.
Yep. Yeah, a pretty unique situation.
That's pretty interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, you don't hear that very often.
No.
Next up, I have some sad news for you. I'm actually really disappointed about this. I'm not going to lie to you. It is being reported that David Young, Elix Skipper, and A1 were all officially dropped. Although those decisions were made several months back, and none of the three have been used in a long time, David Young and Elix Skipper were told months ago that they wouldn't be used for a few months, but would eventually be brought back, and that didn't happen. Dave also notes that this may speak of Vince Russo's power in the sense that Russo, in the past, had been a supporter of Skipper. A1, because he's got good size, is expected to go to OVW with the idea that he's trying to get a WWE contract.
Well, out of that group in the TNA universe, Skipper definitely bums me out.
Yes.
I want to say I think I've been pretty negative about David Young on here. But if you look at his stuff outside of TNA, I've recently kind of divulged into his NWA Wild Side stuff. That was before TNA, so it'd be like 99, 2000. I've only gone up to 2000, so I haven't seen 01 or 02 anything, but he is considerably better there. So yeah, I mean, it also didn't help that for a year roughly, he was like 0 for 72 or something. Well, he had lost 72 straight matches.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
So that probably didn't help him all that much. The Gilberti feud. But yeah, I remember with Skipper that there was a moment there in 2005. There was a stretch there where we were like, oh my God, this guy should be having like title matches or something. He had found his rhythm. And then
it's pretty crazy.
And then he got thrown into the Diamonds in the Rough, and his momentum just went Capuche just went out of the way. So
Now, I'm just looking just to be sure. But it does appear that Elix Skipper doesn't come back until 2022. At the Countdown to Slammiversary they brought it back, the Reverse Battle Royal.
really,
Yeah,
2022.
and that's it
I would have thought he would have been back.
in TNA world. That is, I mean, he still was active up until the end of 2024. On Cage Match, at least, there's no matches listed after that.
He was like active in 2024.
Yeah, he was a tag team champion with Adam Jacobs in Bullpen Pro in Georgia, and their team is called Bad Company.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything, like, if he's wrestled anyone of note that I know, and I'm not seeing any.
I thought he had just been managing a restaurant.
Apparently, he's sneaking in some matches. Now, I wouldn't say he's heavily active in 24, but however, he wrestles between February and December, so he's got a decent amount in there.
And what about all the years before that?
Let me go back to the career page, and I can tell you what years he's active. 2023, 4 companies, it says. So 2022, he's got 3, including that one Impact match, though. Nothing in 20 and 21, but that's pandemic time, so that makes sense.
Sure.
Nothing. He got a couple in 2019, same in 2018. Nothing 2017, couple in 2016. Nothing in 15 or 14. And before that, he's, I would say, considerably active. 2012 is like one company without like diving into how many matches he had. It looks like he had only 6. So he was getting around though before then. So it's not like this TNA thing is like the end of him. And really, I'm looking here. He does we're going to hear his name more because he does wrestle in UWF, and we generally talk about those because they're still sort of, well, 1, indie notes, but 2, they're sort of TNA shows still.
They're loosely, I mean, at this point in 2007, they're loosely associated. Yeah.
So we'll hear his name again, but yeah, pretty interesting. And I don't think A1 comes back either until he just did like a run-in recently. Well, I say recently, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought Skipper for sure would have been back, like in 2010 or something, maybe. But well, I guess obviously that's just not what.
Oh yeah, I guess spoiler. A1 does not get that WWE contract.
That doesn't surprise me.
In fact, it doesn't even look like he wrestled in OVW.
Yeah,
and he stops after 2008 until 2015. And he's got a couple quick one-shots, and that's it.
OVW. Oh, because you know what? Cornette's not even there.
Yeah.
And he's not in OVW, obviously. He had left. Because they're still working with WWE. They worked with WWE, I think, until 2009, 2010.
Well, his last match was on an episode of Explosion. So
we'll never see that. Speaking of explosions, though, I think
I'm saying it in 2018 last match.
Was on an explosion?
Yeah, he teamed with Moose. He teamed with Moose to defeat Austin Aries and Phil Atlas.
Okay, that's bizarre. And
then he does that run in a couple years ago, but that wasn't a match. He just ran in, and I didn't even know who it was because he was bald.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of explosions, Brian Turner, our good friend of the show, he has found more explosions. I had noticed that he was uploading more matches from Explosion, so I reached out to him and I said, "Hey man, have you found more explosions?" And he said, "I sure have." And he's found 13 more episodes. And these are
insane.
I think this is largely from the Asylum years. So
that's so insane, dude.
Yeah. So I think maybe there might have been other like ones later on, a few of them, but most of them were between 02 and 04, I think, that he has uploaded. So if you guys want to watch any of the hidden explosion matches, head over to Brian Turner's VHS Rehab on YouTube. Give him a subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Bing. And you'll get more info from him.
When you go to those explosion episodes, You tell them that the TNA Across the Line podcast sent you.
That's right. Do it.
Well, continuing on, Bob, this note had me dying last night when I was reading it. And there's a part, and you'll know exactly what I mean when I say it. So Dave notes that generally speaking, when it comes to the comedy on the show, and obviously there are exceptions, but apparently Dutch Mantel spearheads most of the Eric Young and Kevin Nash stuff, and is also in the hands for a lot of the Abyss stuff since they are tight going back to Puerto Rico. While Vince Russo's projects are things like Ron Killings, VKM, and the Christy Hemme stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So the bad stuff?
The stuff we're not enjoying?
Yeah.
Now, apparently, though, and we've heard this before, there is negativity toward Mantel and the X Division, with several of the X Division guys feeling that the Nash skits don't do anything for anyone but Nash. And Mantel has said that he thinks that Nash is funny and they need humor on TV. One of Mantel's arguments has been that if you see the stuff uncut, Nash is absolutely hilarious. But the counter is that they don't have time for it to air uncut. What good is it doing anyway, since Nash isn't a positive to draw them money, and there's zero indication of it making any difference in the ratings. The X Division proponents feel it buries everyone on the division, but nobody on the booking committee is a proponent of the X Division, and it's obvious by how it has languished in recent months.
See, I think that the X Division guys get kind of a rub out of it.
It's, I mean, yes, but like, I also feel like they're not. Do I think it affects them when I see like Jay Lethal come out for a match and I'm like, oh, he was doing that stupid Nash stuff? No, not really. I don't.
No, but with these comedy things, like as I think we've seen, I think in the last episode, Lethal is like kind of maybe transitioning into a Macho Man impersonator. So do we get that without the Nash?
That's a good point. I think that was kind of the point in the beginning of a lot of these is like, how can we help develop their characters? And we're starting to see that come out more.
Right. And I think with Senshi, he has essentially turned babyface in a feud with Austin Starr. I don't know if we necessarily can accomplish that if we don't have the Nash vignettes. Sanjay Dutt's been enjoyable with the whole he's on steroids, and he's like, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not doing drugs.
I do
stuff like that. And they still have good matches. So I think they're serving a purpose more on the show than just guys that can do cool moves and have, entertaining 4 or 5 minute matches on TV. They're actually having personalities. So I don't hate it. I think he's a little off.
I agree with what you're saying. I can see both sides of it, though. I can see how the X Division guys don't love it, but you have a good point.
Well, I think the X Division guys are more accustomed to like, hey, let's work the Ring of Honor style, where we have 15 to 20 minute matches, and the crowd goes, "Oh my God, that's crazy!" Compared to, I mean, they were complaining about having short matches. Almost at the inception of Impact, they're like, "Oh, we're only getting 4 or 5 minutes. Like, we can't do much of that." So now they have to kind of shift their mindset to, we have to be entertaining in a segment, a talking segment or something, a skit.
No, totally. Moving on, and some other interesting news. Kurt Angle is apparently trying to talk the Big Show. Yeah, that's right. Paul White into coming into TNA. Now, of course, he wouldn't be able to be called the Big Show, and he couldn't be called the Giant either because they also own that IP. Now, right now, White is aligned with Hulk Hogan, though. So whatever Hogan ends up doing, he's going with him, is what Dave says. White, who is now 35, just let that just sink in for a second. He's fucking 35 in 2007.
He's only 35.
It's insane.
Yeah.
He's currently training harder and is more focused than he's done in probably 10 years. He's lost around 50 pounds, but that still puts him at around 460. Now, he would only consider TNA if Hogan doesn't get something going, and he's gotten major non-wrestling offers he's probably considering before that. So, its chances are slim.
I really don't think the Big Show. He'd be a bad fit.
Oh yeah, dude, it would not go well.
I mean, who would even be like a reasonable opponent? I mean, I know Kurt obviously because they did have matches before, but not good.
In like
Abyss.
2007.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, he is such an enormous man. He's gonna make everybody on that roster look tiny.
Look at this. I type in 2007 Big Show. I just wanted to see like what he looks like, but in 2007, and yeah, it's not looking great. The first thing that pops up is a Reddit thread. Why didn't Big Show join TNA in 2007? You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
So funny.
What's crazy to me is when we've heard like Brock Lesnar reaching out, and he was like, I would take Kurt Angle money, and they're like, no, we can't do that. We can't afford to do that.
Right.
But then we would bring in the Big Show. I would think in a mainstream capacity in 2007, Brock Lesnar is far more known and marketable than Big Show. I would have fired Sting and been like, come on in, Brock.
That's so crazy.
I'll give you Sting money. Like, I don't give a shit.
Well,
That's the mindset for some of these TNA management is honestly baffling. And I know we have the benefit of hindsight, but I mean, even definitely in 2007, I'd be like, yeah, give me Brock instead of freaking Big Show. That's a no-brainer.
well, don't worry, guys, because spoiler alert, Big Show ain't coming.
No.
So we're good.
How long was he out of WWE for?
I mean, that's another great question. I feel like
2008 he's back because he has the match with Mayweather.
Right. And that's what I was just trying to I couldn't remember the date. I'm not good with my dates like that.
That's April of 08, I think.
Let's see.
Mark.
Paul White cage match. My favorite tool. Well, he does it must just be 2007 because in 2006 he's done at the end of the year. He does some house shows or whatever.
Okay.
Although he has an OVW appearance and a Deep South appearance in 2006. So that's interesting. It's early, it looks like, because I'm scrolling and I don't see it.
It's got to be early.
Now, 2007, though, he does appear. Hold on.
On the Australian tour with Hogan.
No, this is. Well, maybe he does that too, but this is in Memphis, in Tennessee.
Oh,
at
The
PMG Ultimate Clash of Legends, where Hulk Hogan defeats Paul White in 6 minutes, 26 seconds. Memphis Wrestling.
Yeah.
That's got to be not great, I feel like, but what do I know? And then, yeah, he returns in early 2008 in February.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. I got two more for you, and then we're going to get into the show today, and then I got some more we'll talk about during the show. But most internally thought that using our Team 30's cousin there, Steve, that I can't say his last name right, Shrippa, would draw a lot more mainstream pub than a few weeks ago, Bob. It was Andre Rison. I think that's how you say his last name.
Yeah, I thought it was Andre Reed, but it's Rison. Yeah.
Rison. When it turned out to be the opposite, because Rison, being black hole slammed by Abyss, got picked up by the NFL Network, CNN, the Best Damn Sports Show, and ESPN.
Of course. I mean, come on. This is not rocket science. Of course, an athlete is if he's gonna beat up, is gonna be on ESPN, in some capacity.
Yeah. Well, he was.
Yeah, of course.
Pretty good stuff. And finally, my last note for you. It's about another sports guy, AJ Perninsky.
You're almost gonna get his last name right one of these days.
Hold on, say it.
Pierzynski.
Pierzynski.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to mess it up again because it says it about 7 times in this thing, but I'm just going to say AJ. I'm just going to call him AJ.
Because then people are going to think you're saying Styles.
True. There has been media feedback that they've played the AJ Pierzynski stuff out as much as possible. And there's nothing new to cover unless someone hits Pierzynski with a chair or he wrestles in a match. Apparently, he was really hot at Don West because on a broadcast, West, in character, said that people always ask him if Pierzynski is like the character he portrays in wrestling in real life. West, who called him the most hated man in baseball, said that he is, and that he's an asshole. See, I'm going to mess it up again. Pierzynski watched the show with friends and took it somewhat serious. The funny thing is, you'd think that was just West doing the job of announcer, but it's also a shoot, in that the attitude backstage has of late come across with the big star attitude that has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Everyone likes Eckstein. However, everyone also realizes that Pierzynski is good on television and Eckstein really isn't. But this stuff has run its course. Eckstein is still valuable for the local St. Louis market for Lockdown, which, by the way, has sold more than 2,700 tickets already, which is the company is very encouraged about because it's far ahead of Bound for Glory's pace. But after that, there seems to be nothing left.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm like bored of them or anything.
I mean, the fact that he's like a heel now, I kind of like because it's like different. But like, I don't like sports guys or celebrities really in my wrestling. I just don't care for it.
Right, but so I guess
I've seen worse though.
If you continue it, then I guess he would definitely need to get in some kind of physical altercation. But
exactly, he has to, or there's nothing else to do.
Well, right, but I'm saying like you could probably drag it out long. Like you could probably drag it out to like Lockdown or something.
They could do that probably, yeah.
And if he's like in the cage with Eckstein, have them be in the corners, and it's like, oh, well, you know what? That's not going to happen because that's literally the beginning of the baseball season.
Well, there you go.
So they're not going to do that. Yeah, okay, so that won't work. And there's contracts involved and insurance, so. All right. Well, I guess don't make an athlete a heel then. I don't know.
Yeah, that too, right? Because if the baby face, you want to see him keep beat up. They just exist.
Right.
There's one other thing I want to mention to you. I don't know if it's relating to this episode or not, but I want your help, Bob. Because apparently to Brian Alvarez, that not counting the announcers and Jeremy Borash, this week's Impact features 50 different people, and I want to see if it's accurate.
50?
Yeah, he might just be being a jackass, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens. Just keep it in mind as we're watching the show. That's all.
50. Well, I would have believed that if it was like a battle royal show, because you're going to be guaranteed 18 or something there.
I know.
I feel like he's being sarcastic.
Me too, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this.
Unless there's a big like multi-man match or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, that'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. I think we're about ready to get into the show. And as we're getting our intro, I'll tell you about the explosion matches too.
All right. Well, let's get into the March 1st, 2007 edition of TNA Impact. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the Impact Plus app or TNA Plus app, whichever it's called. I think it's TNA now.
Yep.
Yeah, TNA Plus. It's all on there. All the impacts, everything now. Or if it's in your own personal collection, that will do the trick as well. The approximate runtime for our version is 42 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when we're going to start the show. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, my version's really quiet. TNA, we are wrestling. Let's make sure no hot start. Oh no, we're seeing Tomko and Christian Cage being interviewed with Jeremy Borash. So Bob, that counts 2 people already. If you're keeping count at home of the 50. Did you say Tomko versus Samoa Joe tonight?
Yeah, he did. But then did Borash just say this Sunday? Because it's not this Sunday, Destination X.
Oof.
We're still 10 days out. I had to double check the date and make sure that wasn't wrong.
No,
I'm pretty sure
we're watching the correct show, Bob. So
no, we are. I think he just flubbed his line. I think he messed up.
I'll be there in spirit like always, you know. How does me taking out Joe benefit me? Fair question.
Well, if he takes out Joe, then he could be a number 1 contender.
Okay, he says, you want some incentive? Fine. If you go out there and beat Samoa Joe, and you take him out, and if you do that, I'll give you a shot at the NWA World Heavyweight title. Oh my God, it's like Bob is a booker.
Right, I say.
Now you're talking my language.
I'm sounding like I'm Dutch Mantel over here, and you're probably Vince Russo.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. Bring out Christy Hemme. Okay, now we're getting a highlight package.
Women deserve a chance.
On the March 5th, 2007 episode of Explosion that was taped at this taping, Senshi defeated Alex Shelley. And also, at the March 12th, 2007 episode of Explosion, Austin Starr defeated Petey Williams.
It's a shame that Explosion isn't readily available, even though it's just one match. But
yeah, it's kind of interesting. We're seeing highlights from the Kurt Angle Scott Steiner contract signing where Kurt Angle was left bloodied. They sewed his head shut. They showed us a nice up close of that, and Steiner shoved the contract in his mouth.
I hate seeing that. Makes me. I'm the type of guy that can't watch like Dr. Pimple Popper because I get squeamish. Okay,
but that stuff's just gross anyway.
It is gross.
But I keep getting like served it on my like Facebook reels, and I don't even watch those. I just like scroll and I see people going like this. I'm like, oh yeah, no.
I watched one like boil get popped or something, and it was disgusting. And then for a month there'd be like other videos popping up, and I was like, help me God.
It looks like we have a X Division 6-man classic tonight. Big Poppa Pump's in action, and of course we already know about Tomko and Samoa Joe. And we are going to the Impact Zone, and we're seeing a visual of the Elevation X up in the top.
I know it's not literally 4 weeks, but they put it up there and just said, screw it. I'll stay up here for a month.
I know,
TV-wise.
Oh, a half hour before we came on air at 8:35 p.m., Kurt Angle's attacking. I missed who it was, to be honest
Scott
with you.
Steiner.
Scott Steiner. That's kind of fun that who knows if it was truly like before the taping, but that's kind of a fun. Oh my God, it was before the show even started.
Right.
Cornette's out there splitting them up. I mean, that's a fun little segment to.
That would have been Scott Steiner and Kurt Angle in like 2000 would have been a dream match. I think.
Well, you get it in 2007.
Scott Steiner will be in action.
There's no way that you can keep them separate. Oh, wait a minute. Something is going on in the office of Jim Cornette. Send it to the back with Letitia. Cornette says to Angle, you're going to get your hands on Steiner. It's just going to be at the pay-per-view. Uncalled for? What's about what he did to me last week? Well, that was uncalled for too. Kurt says he can't be in the same building with him without wanting to hurt him, which seems to be the trend is Kurt Angle's leading to pay-per-view matches because he said the same kind of thing with Samoa Joe. Are you counting up our people?
Yeah, we have 8.
Is that counting Letitia?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's counting the commentators as well. I'm not counting video packages or anything.
Well, it says without counting the announcers and Jeremy Borash, though.
Oh, I don't think I counted Borash, so there'd be 9.
Okay, we're going to count them because we're going to try to get as close to 50 as we can, and we're about to get 6 more for this match. So.
Oh shit! That's gonna help the number. That's gonna help the number. Okay, so that's 11, 12. So we'll be at 15.
Because right now, Sabin, Austin Starr, and Alex Shelley are coming out.
Yeah, we're almost halfway to the 25, and we're 6 minutes into the show.
Do we count our referees? I think we have to. They're an on-air
Technically,
character.
yeah. So then we're at 16. Do we count all the security guys breaking people up in the fight?
So I'm saying Soak Calval counts because she's been an on-screen character now.
She absolutely does count. Yes.
So what's that? 17?
Yes.
Including the ref that we haven't seen yet. So we have to confirm our referee. As Senshi, Jerry Lynn, and Jay Lethal.
Penzer's 18.
We don't see him, but I'm going to count him.
But we hear him.
Shit, are we actually going to see 50 people? And now Shelley handed a Paparazzi Production tape to Mike Tenay. That could potentially add 4 more. We'll see, but
right.
We've been seeing the judges and stuff.
Yeah. I'm naturally going to have any notes for this match. Jay Lethal back on February 25th defeated Mr. TA in a dog collar match for big
Hang on, we got
wrestling.
2 more. We got Kevin Nash and Sanjay Dutt coming out here ringside.
We're at 20.
Oh, wait a second. Before Bob continues, Kevin Nash says, "Well, will you do it? Do you want to do the impression?" You just grab the microphone. The fans are chanting one more time. He didn't say the full name. Let's hear it for the Macho Man Randy Savage. And they got attacked from behind, and now the match continues. So Bob, continue with the indie notes.
Yeah. February 24th, Jerry Lynn won the NYWC interstate title when he defeated Ken Scampy at NYWC's Aftermath in Deer Park, New York. Low Key Senshi. On February 17th, he lost to Sterling James Keenan at IWC's Accept No Limitations 3. And then on the 23rd of February, Low Key defeated Eric Cannon for IWA Mid-South's February Fury. And then Alex Shelley, of course, has freaking 900 things here.
Well, that'll be 21, by the way. Bob Backlund.
That's Bob Backlund. Yep. Yeah, we'll do it. I'll do a couple, I guess, here for Shelley. February 24th, Shelley teamed up with Sabin to defeat Arrogance, which was Chris Bosch and Scott Lost at Pro Wrestling Guerrilla's Holy Diver Down. He was also part of the King of Trios. There was Team TNA, which was Shelley, Sabin, and Sanjay Dutt. In the first round, they defeated Blackout, which was Joker, Ruckus, and Sabian. However, in the second round, Team TNA lost to Jigsaw, Mike Quackenbush, and Shane Storm.
It's always the fucking booker, man.
I don't know. That would have been Quackenbush as the booker there, I think.
Yeah.
Austin Starr had a busy weekend for Ring of Honor. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned these ones before. February 23rd, he lost to Matt Sydal at Ring of Honor's fifth year festival in Dayton. That was a match for the Open the Brave Gate title, which Matt Sydal held. And then on February 24th, Austin Aries teamed up with Matt Cross to defeat No Remorse Corp, which was Davey Richards and Roderick Strong at the 5th year festival in Chicago. And then Sabin literally just had the same notes as Shelley because it was King of Trios in the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla show.
Nice. Bob Backlund is going nuts on commentary. Also, I want to point out just a few moments ago, Shelley and Sabin did like a signature Motor City Machine Gun like tag team move, like combo move together, as if they're like a true tag team right now. So that was kind of fun to see. But they are, of course,
they
not.
are a true tag team.
But they're not the Motor City Machine Guns right now.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. That was a little messed up by Lethal, but
they are forever a team in our heart.
I do have a Bob Backlund note.
Of course you do.
He did an interview with one of Bob's favorite interviewers, Alex Marvez. and said, "When I walk on television, you may think it's funny, but I'm as serious as I am here, sitting here talking to you. I am not an actor. My mission is to do good things and motivate people to be positive and do good things. When wrestling fans see someone throwing paper out the window, I want TNA Wrestling to pop into their mind of the picture of me saying not to do it." Yeah.
So he doesn't want us to litter?
Yes. He's also apparently planning to do a match with Austin Starr at some point, and it's even being teased perhaps at the Destination X pay-per-view.
Cradle shock by Sabin onto Senshi, but then Jerry Lynn dropkick Sabin, TKO. He doesn't go for the cover. Come on, Jerry. You're smarter than that. He's going to go for the cradle. Oh. Shelley with a kick to the head. Sliced bread. And he hits it.
A little slice bread. And Bob Backlund left the commentator's table, and Mike Tenay said, "Thank God." Oh, nice combo by Jay Lethal.
That's the lethal combination, isn't it?
I almost said it, but I wasn't sure. I think it was. And a brain buster.
That's such
Austin
a good
Starr.
brain buster.
He does. He hits a really good brain buster. It's fun to see some of these.
Yelling at Backlund, I think Starr is.
Yes, and he's helping Senshi. And now Backlund's taken the foot of Starr, so this could be a potential tease for that match at Destination X.
Yeah.
Roll up by Senshi. Oh, the way he held his legs too, that was good. That was a good roll up. Jerry Lynn, Jay Lethal, and Senshi. Yeah, I thought that was good.
It's kind of weird that Senshi could potentially be kind of chasing Sabin down the road here. Lynn doesn't win the title, I guess. I thought Lynn would have pinned Sabin there. Uh-oh. Backlund going for the chicken wing on Starr, but Starr escapes.
Okay, and he's running away from Senshi and Bob Backlund. Another semi X Division note, because I don't know when I'm going to mention it again, is apparently they do have a Best of AJ Styles DVD coming out pretty soon. Look at Backlund extending the hand to Senshi.
Is he going to accept it?
Oh, he just bows to him, though.
Oh, he bowed. That's still a sign of respect. Let's not get it twisted.
I'd almost think that's better than a handshake, to be honest with you.
I do, yeah. Well, nice.
Oh, Backlund did it to him.
Yeah,
now.
No, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
He's a babyface.
Are they in the life of
22.
Eric Young?
It's 22.
Yep. He's grabbing 4 bags into a hotel. Wearing a Spike TV shirt. Because he can't wear 23 because there's Tracy opening the hotel room.
Well, do we say 25 because of her breasts or no?
No, but we do because we see
23 because Robert Roode.
Robert Roode has a list of chores for Eric Young.
Is he Robert or Bobby? Robert now?
I think he's Robert.
Okay, so we're at 23. I think, right? 23? Or 24? 24.
No, I think it's 23.
I thought Tracy was 23. Oh, wait, no. Young was 21, 22, 23. Okay.
Because you were saying her breasts were the next number.
I got
That's how.
the breasts. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah, honest mistake.
There's old-timey piano music playing in the background as if it's a silent film, which the beginning of this kind of was, and now it's not, but that's okay. We're back to the ring. Wait, TNA fans, this is your opportunity to have your voice heard. Who will take the death-defying plunge at Destination X? It's going to be X.
So I don't count.
AJ
I'm not
Styles.
counting.
That doesn't count. Text AJ to 25,000 or text Rhino to 25,000. Standard text message fees do apply, though.
Well, I don't even know. What, 99 cents or something?
Probably. Oh, my God, dude. We're dropping watermelons off the top of it to show the splats. Now, I also don't think this counts until we see one of them talking in a promo.
Right.
We hear him, but we don't see him right now.
But here's the thing, though. We said that we counted pens.
Hold up. You're right.
So
Okay, Rhino counts then. Well, there he is anyway, so. Because he's dropping the watermelons and the TV
Yeah,
off the
24.
top. There he is. So it extra counts. 24 still. Okay, we're back from commercial and another Elevation X.
Really hyping up this Elevation X.
Who is going to take the death-defying drop? Big Poppa Pump Scott Steiner. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle.
I'm starting to think that Rhino's going to fall.
Really? You think Rhino? I would have definitely have thought Styles, but...
Styles seems like the obvious
I know.
choice.
Okay, we're back from commercial again. There's Sting.
We're at 25.
Life
25,
and
we're literally at the halfway mark. Just about. So. Forget
Sting
pacing.
is now on the platform, but also in a coffin.
25, yeah. He is in the coffin.
The age-old question. At Destination X, you will die. You'll decide how you choose to die.
That's such a ridiculous thing to say.
Talking about being buried 6 feet under, being eaten to decaying flesh, or will you choose the light or rebirth?
To sit there and say that he will die, though.
Well, because he's either going to be reborn into the new abyss, or he's going to just die, apparently. I don't know, dude. It's a little corny for me.
That wording. Last rights match.
Oh.
That's what Mike TNA just called it.
Oh. We'll see.
Okay, so there's a business. That's 26.
He's looking at a picture of James Mitchell.
Does a picture of James Mitchell count?
No, because we didn't see it, I'm going to say. Okay, does this guy count because he's clearly an extra?
27? No, I'm going to say no, because he's not a character. Like,
okay, keep it at 26 then.
26.
But we already counted Scott Steiner, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. Okay, so we can't count again. So 26.
But we can count his opponent who's in the ring.
Right. He's still wearing like pleather pants. I don't know how this is not.
I don't like the pants, but
good look. Just go back to your regular trunks there, Scotty.
Here's Angle tagging him from behind. And there's another referee. So what was that? Is that 27 then?
So yeah, 27, and then Chase Stevens is 28.
No, I think he's the 26. Oh no, he's not. No, he's not. So You're right, 28. X Division guys back out here to break up this fight, but we've seen all of them, so we're not counting them.
Right.
That's all four guys. It's Lynn, Lethal, Dutt, and Senshi pulling Angle off Scott Steiner, who Scott Steiner just gets in the ring, and now Jim Cornette even comes out.
And those guys pulling them apart could have easily been David Young, Elix Skipper, and A1. So,
I know. We're going to turn him loose on Sunday. Well, Steiner's going after Chase Stevens, who the bell immediately rings.
Scott Steiner just called Kurt Angle a bitch. That's not good. No. All right. So now Chase is crotched on top rope. That usually means an overhead belly to belly, and see ya.
Holy shit.
Oh,
wow.
Shit. You beat him with that. Wow. Okay. Holla. If you hear me.
Well, Bob, hate to tell you.
That's it for Chase, isn't it?
That's the last time we see Chase Stevens on an episode of Impact. You will hear his name again in some TNA house show and an Explosion note, but as far as seeing him on our screen in a wrestling capacity during our timeline, that's it.
Well, I think I've said it before, but if you're ever curious in seeing Chase Stevens have surprisingly good singles matches with Chris Michaels, head over to Brian Turner's VHS Rehab because they are on there, and it was all in Tennessee.
Oh, your wife told me that you're only half the man.
Wow.
Wow. And apparently it might be kind of accurate. Anyway, Kurt Angle's back out here.
What
He
the
attacked
fuck
him.
are you saying?
Well, because Karen went to Jeff Jarrett. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's not for a little while. He's still holding his weight now.
He is. Oh my God, they were out of control.
There's Don. That's 29. Don Harris. That's
He
29.
counts. He counts. See, the problem is, like, do we count all of these security guys? Because what? 1, 2.
No,
wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, I think we count people that we like. Well, Earl. That's
Earl.
30. Yeah, so you count people that have a name on the show, I think.
Okay, fine. We'll say 30 for now. But as Bob said, we are halfway through. Oh my God. Curry's locking Cornette in an ankle lock.
Going for the ankle lock on Cornette. This is great.
That was now Cornette. He didn't even get a turn
it.
around though, which is kind of lame.
Let him break his ankle.
Cornette's shaking off his jacket like he's a former world heavyweight champion.
He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't doing shit.
Kurt, you want to try to break my ankle? He just call himself one of the best friends he's got in the company. Oh. Try to cut your balls off to get your spot. I know you mean box office, and I know you mean business, and you're going to try to do that to me? The hell with you. Security? Referees? Get him the hell out of my building. Wow. And the crowd is going crazy booing him right now.
What's the big deal? He's literally attacking his boss. You should be thrown out of the building. You're like he's not getting arrested.
I know. Get him out of here. Okay, we're back from commercial though.
All right, so we have 19 minutes and 25 seconds left in the show. We need 20 more people to appear.
It could happen, dude.
That's roughly a person a minute.
If we see, I'm just gonna name some things. Team 3D, LAX. That's already a ton more.
That's already 4.
There's some referees we haven't seen.
Well, did we count Rudy?
Yes, we counted.
Oh no,
Rudy.
we had to have. Yeah.
Because he was in the first match, and
Yeah,
then
so Earl would have been the third referee.
Yes, Earl's the third referee, so that's why. Oh, see, he even just mentioned Don Harris, so he extra counts.
He absolutely counts. Yeah.
Let's get an update on the Wildcat, Chris Harris.
31.
Because he's getting interviewed by Letitia.
Yep.
How's your health doing? And the condition of your eye? Harris says he's at 35% of his vision. They can't clear him to wrestle. If the doctors won't clear him, TNA won't clear him. I know that you've learned to look over your shoulder. Might be in a TNA ring. Might be in a parking lot. But one way or another, I will get a piece of you. I promise you.
This should look fine. What? Okay, this doesn't count.
The director of Paparazzi Production.
But he's
Alex
introducing
Shelley.
something, I think. Right? He's got to be showing probably a video or something.
Yeah, new film, maybe. Now, during his entrance, Bob, I'll give you part of this note as much as I can before he starts talking, but there were apparently a lot of weather problems going into the February 26th taping with a lot of late arrivals. The maddest was probably Homicide, who was going to fly from Chicago into Orlando after ROH show and getting a day early, and instead, he was buzzed while on tour asking if he had brought his tag team title with him. He said that he was told he was only doing a run-in and he wasn't going to need his belt. Then they told him that there's a change of plans, so he had to fly back to New York, get the belt, and then fly to Orlando, where he arrived late. Then, when he got there, they told him there's another change in plans and that he was only going to do a run-in and wasn't going to need his belt.
My fucking God.
I don't know which taping that's
crazy.
on. So we're just so you know, we're going to see Homicide eventually. But isn't that insane?
That's hilarious. Here's the thing, though. If I would just bring my belt anyway. I'm a champion. Bring the belts. You never know.
Okay, we're showing our new film. And speaking
32.
of the devil, there's Homicide. I guess I said the note at the right time.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this a replay of the attack? No, this is different.
No, this is new. The trainer of Brother Devon, dude. Johnny Rods. He's got 33. A name.
That counts.
He's got a name.
Oh, my God. He's beating up Johnny Rods with cardboard.
This dude's office is crazy. There's pictures everywhere. It's just pictures of Devon. No, I'm kidding.
This is all Devon. He's the biggest fan.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. There's one of them. There is Devon.
Oh shit! And he smashes that
in that picture.
Oh, Hernandez
is 34.
I like that Shelley. Like sometimes it's like funny, goofy videos, and other times it's like snuff films.
Yeah, no kidding.
This one's edited quite nicely. We got a little zoom. Shelley's watching, laughing. He's very proud of his work here.
Well, because technically Shelley is recording this.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that it's like, oh, we're gonna hire Shelley to film our attack. I like that.
That's pretty good.
What do you people think of that? Shelley's the one getting the heat for this, which is so funny.
Yeah, it's weird. Damn you for filming it.
Oh, he's gonna bring out everyone who starred in the film. Without further ado. Oh, Bob, get your count ready.
Oh shit. 35.
Okay. Brother Ray.
Where's Devon? Devon might be with Johnny. We're still on pace for as long as we get one person per minute, we get 50. 35.
That's insane. Brother Ray is boiling mad. Oh, first of all, Bubba, he says. Oop.
Yeah, isn't his brother Ray, technically?
Yeah.
It's not Bubba.
Alex says, I went to film school. I went to art school for years. Brother Ray says, I'm going to throw up on your face, kick. Oh, my God. Put your ass through a stinking table. Kick your teeth in if you don't shut up. Alex, listen. Let me wipe the mascara off your face. He's got that line under his eye, and let me tell you, it didn't come off at all.
Not even a little bit.
Oh, he went to talk, and Brother Ray slapped the microphone out of his hand. You're not going to talk anymore, Alex. That was Johnny Rods. He was a father to my brother Devon.
Well, not literal. But.
Right.
It's bad enough they put my uncle's out in an oven. What a sentence. What is that?
That's insane. That's insane.
You know, that was bad, but Johnny getting beaten up by cardboard. That might take it.
Speaking of LAX too, Bob, as we're rambling on here, apparently Apollo was called to be in the LAX posse for both Against All Odds and the TV the next night, but he claimed a schedule conflict since he lives in Orlando. That wasn't taken very well, particularly on a Monday.
This guy. Apollo just doesn't want to get booked.
No.
Wow.
Oh, Brother Ray's at a loss for words. You actually are a shining star in the wrestling business. You're a bright young kid with a bright future ahead of you. Look how accurate that is. A future world champion. For what reason would you just sit there? Oh, Kevin Nash is coming out to stick up for him. Brother Ray says, Kevin, do yourself a favor. This has nothing to do with you and me. That's not true. Aw, come on. LAX, 5150, let's go.
Bleh, bleh, bleh.
Nash making an appearance to raise an eyebrow at Brother Rice as a distraction for LAX is awesome.
And it probably got the highest quarter hour.
We'll find out next week.
Oh my God!
What a German suplex!
Brother
Ray just
dropped Hernandez with a German.
A low blow. I kind of really like the Alex Shelley involvement in this.
I do. I think it was good.
I really
just like you said, if he's doing it just randomly, like he's getting hired to film people getting attacked, like that's pretty good.
I like it a lot. And look, he's sitting on the edge with the camera ready to go.
37-38. Because that's Machete, I'm assuming.
If not, I think that counts to me.
It still counts because we're assuming it's Machete. So.
Well, not even that. He's helping Conan move around. So to me, this is he's still an active character. He's not a generic security guard. We agreed with that.
Right. Yeah. Because if we counted security guards, we're at about 50.
We're pretty damn close.
We're at 38 right now.
We need both members of Team 3D to still come out. Brother Runt and Brother Devon.
Well, right. So I'm surprised. I mean, Devon, the logic is probably that he's with, I would imagine he's with Giant Rods.
Right.
And that's why he's not coming out here. And then Brother Runt, I guess, would just be drunk. So he'd be passed out.
Oh, Hernandez slams Brother Ray through a table.
Spine buster through it.
Friend of the show,
That's
Hernandez.
your Staples fucking employee of the month right there.
You're damn right he is.
Yeah. Where do you go, Hernandez?
I think it was Staples. If it wasn't, it was Office Max. I can't remember.
Oh, I think it's Office Max. Damn it.
Okay.
Office Max definitely sounds right.
Okay, we went to commercial. More security walked in, but we're not counting them.
Not counting security. So we're at 38?
I think you said 38, yeah. We're getting close, guys. We're at 32 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm not sure if we're going to make it, but we're pretty fucking close.
We're going to be pretty fucking close.
It all depends what happens at the end of the show. Hey, Genesis available now on DVD, and Bob, you'll be happy to know that in the...
39.
Well, do we see him?
Oh, wait.
Wait, he says he was seriously injured during the filming of Rambuck. This is Ron Killings, by the way, guys.
I guess I can't count that. It's 38.
If we need a buffer at the end, we'll count it, but...
Yeah.
On the best-selling sports DVDs chart for the week of March 3rd, number 10 was the Bound for Glory DVD. As a reminder, we're in March, and the Bound for Glory DVD is selling like hotcakes.
Well, it's the strong show, so...
Oh, Jeremy Borash. Oh, 39. There you go. 39. Samoa Joe. A man knows more than the unknown, the inevitable. Or he fears more, he said, I think. But all his pain and suffering, it's all going to end at Destination X. He's planning to take back that NWO World title. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Tomko. Oh, I hear yelling in the background.
I do too.
Wait, we're running with the camera.
This is the best choking out some guy.
We don't count that guy because we don't know who he is. Oh, Abyss is going after... Sorry, Samoa Joe's holding Abyss back. What's this all about? What are you doing? Just make you feel better about yourself?
What the fuck? Is Joe trying to fucking reason with Abyss now?
Is it you a puppet? Or are you going to accept what you are? Oh, shit.
Get over it. Get over your trauma of shooting your father in the back 3 times. You dummy.
Yeah, he's not dead, by the way.
He's not dead.
Hey, Abyss's new shirt is new. It's got red on it. Red linings.
Oh, Tomko.
Okay, we're going to the main event. I don't know if we're going to make it officially. No, we saw Tomko already.
Oh, shit, you're right. So we're still at 39.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's see who the ref is. If it's Slick, we'll be at one more.
Oh, shit. Well, here's the thing. So we could get a run-in. Like a massive brawl.
We could.
But who is left on the roster?
Exactly.
That we
Who's left? Okay, it's Earl.
It's Earl. We've already seen him. So we're at 39.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
I think if you add security
And those two other extras from backstage with Abyss, there's two of them.
41, we were probably, I don't know if there was 9 security guys.
There's 5, I think I counted.
Okay, so then we're around like 47, I think.
We're pretty close.
Even with that, so yeah. But then, like, if you count Ron and AJ, that would be 49.
So
I mean, he's not terrible. And like Father James Mitchell.
Well, that was when he mentioned that. We didn't see the picture though. We did see a picture of Devon technically.
Right.
Old school Devon. We did see that. Bob, I have one final note for you. And that is that apparently David X. Stein is donating whatever money. Right. Oh, it was Stein?
Yeah, David X. Stein.
Then I said it wrong earlier. Anyway, doesn't matter. He's donating whatever money he earns in TNA to charity. What a good guy.
Oh, great. So he's donating what, like $50 probably? Tomko with a big boot, but then Joe gives a big boot. Oh my God. Standoff. Kind of like a headbutt. Clothesline, right?
Oh,
Joe,
shit.
Jesus, Tomko. Brace yourself a little bit.
Okay, I kind of have one more note. I just realized, and it's kind of funny. We were talking about it a couple weeks ago. Hogan Knows Best.
Oh, brother. Okay.
According to Brian Alvarez, the 2006 average of ratings for Hogan Knows Best was about 1.3 million views, which is just around the TNA average, with 643,000 in persons 18 to 34, 926,000 in persons 18 to 49. So the Hogan Knows Best and TNA audience is like a Venn diagram. Slightly crossover.
Right, it's literally the same audience.
It's kind of funny.
Well, you know what's funny? I mean, I definitely remember watching Hogan Knows Best.
Oh, I watched it.
And I was watching Impact too, I'm pretty sure. So, Spinebuster here by Tomko. Can you get 3? 1, 2? No. So yeah, that probably tracks pretty well. But you know what's hilarious is that if they had brought in Hogan at this point, he probably wouldn't have bumped the ratings because it could be just the same people watching both shows.
It could be.
That's funny.
It's so funny to think about.
Oh, I have fucking indie notes for Samoa Joe here. Ring of Honor 5-year festival deal. February 16th, Samoa Joe defeated Morishima at the Manhattan Center. On the 17th of February, he defeated Jimmy Rave at the Philadelphia 5th-year festival. On the 23rd, he defeated Davey Richards in Dayton. And on the 24th, Samoa Joe teamed up with Homicide, losing to Nigel McGuinness in Morishima. And that was in Chicago. So that was probably the show in which Homicide was trying to fly back to Orlando and then not be able to he had to go back to New York.
A couple moments ago, Joe hit a nasty knee on Tomko, and he just went with a spinning side slam, and he kicked out again. So Tomko was putting up a fight here.
If I was Homicide with that traveling deal, I might have just quit the company and said, fuck this. You guys can just deal with it.
I like how he's like, oh, it's just a run, and I don't need my belt. And they're like, nah, plans changed. You're going to be in a match. You need your title. And then they were like, never mind, it's just a run-in. Oh, Christian came in with a chair.
What?
Earl did not see it. Big clothesline by
Tomko. 1, 2, 3. Tomko just pinned Samoa Joe after Christian Cage hit him with a chair over the back. Dallas is mouth agape, shocked. That is Samoa Joe's second career pin loss here. No, first pin. Technically, he submitted.
What the fuck?
Right?
Are you kidding me?
Did Kurt ever pin Joe?
He pinned him in the tag match, like before their match.
What? He did?
Yeah. Bob, what the fuck was that?
That is called booking. Christian hit him with a chair, and then he got a lariat. Joe is now cleaning house with the championship. Oh, well, he hit Tomko. Now he's striking Cage, he did a weird knee, and then he went to the choke. I think he was thinking about doing a muscle buster, but he switched.
I hate that.
From Scott Steiner. Doesn't look like we're going to get any additional points here to our tally of men for characters.
Tomko pins Samoa Joe 2 weeks before he fights for the world title. What the fuck?
The fans want Angle, but he was ejected. He's not going to be there.
That's right. Christian Cage.
Unprettier and Splat. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is why they did the thing earlier. Because now
Abyss's
music.
What is Abyss going to do?
He's going to help clean house.
That's the babyface side.
Interesting. Here he comes.
He's going to fucking beat up Joe, dude.
No, they just scared out Tomko, Cage, and Steiner.
But he's going to fucking black hole slam Joe. Give me a break. How many times have we do this?
The red mask looks less bad with the red trim on his new gear.
Yeah. Christian, Abyss tried to kill you like a year. I knew it. There we go.
Black hole slam on Samoa Joe.
I'm telling you, man. Christian, come on, Christian. You have to know what's going on here, dude.
Christian's like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm Abyss.
Okay. Yes, that's right. We got our Adrenaline Rush video package here. So we were very close to our 50. Not as close as we were hoping, but hey, that was kind of a fun game to play, wasn't it? See, they could have done like a VKM segment with Christy too, and like.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because they've done this. We've definitely reached 50 before, for sure.
Yeah.
They've jammed so much in, but not this show.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and we're officially going off the air. Bob, what do you think of that episode of Impact?
I'm going to give that a thumbs up.
I think it was a really good episode, honestly. I think it had some really good matches.
Yeah.
For an Impact, like the X Division match was good. I thought that Alex Shelley with the Brother Ray and LAX segment was awesome. I really liked that.
That was good too.
Main event was like I did not like the finish of that main event, but I think it was a fine main event match.
So here's the thing. Samoa Joe has lost. He's not undefeated anymore.
I know, but come on.
So it opens up more things you can do with him. I don't mind Tomko pinning him because Christian hit him with the chair, ties into the main event for the pay-per-view. That's fine. And I'm a Tomko fan here in TNA. So if we're going to try to maybe make Tomko into a bigger deal, I think I'm in favor of that too.
I guess so.
So I don't hate it. It'd be different if like Joe was still undefeated and then Tomko beat him or something. But
I guess.
What's
kind of funny about this situation is this is now assuming that Tomko is going to get a shot at the title. I mean, he pinned Samoa Joe and he helped take him out. However, that also requires Christian Cage to retain it from Samoa Joe.
Right.
Which I just don't see happening.
So you think Joe's going to win the title?
We said the same thing with Angle, though, dude. And he beat Angle. I don't know.
I don't think Joe. Yeah. See
But if they give it to Joe, then Angle's going to take it from Joe, which is I think kind of a long game, anyways.
I think we don't do that. I think the person that is to beat Kurt or to beat Christian would be. I don't think it'd be either one of them. I think it'd be Sting.
Did you do Angle Sting?
And you do Angle Sting. Angle beats Sting. And then Joe chase Angle again.
Well, I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better.
So that's what I would think. Because you can do the Sting thing. I mean, I know they had like one Impact match for like 9 minutes or something. But you can tie into the whole, he turned on me in late 06. So you have that hatred, whatever. Go for the title. That's what I would do. But
I'm here for
I don't
it.
think Joe's going to be the guy to beat Christian. I think Kurt would get it before Joe, one way or another.
Well, I don't hate that idea. I'll tell you that. So I'm definitely curious to see the direction we're going to go in.
I mean, Abyss could get it again.
Little transitional situation.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see that.
Tomko.
Well, I think it was a pretty positive episode, which feels good when you're starting to head toward pay-per-view, especially when we're on a second set of tapings. You never know what's going to happen for that. I'm definitely interested in our go-home show next week. We are notoriously really bad at those, so who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to be optimistic. I think it's going to be a solid go-home episode before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, maybe it will be.
Maybe.
We'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, that'll be our next episode is the go home show before Destination X. So be sure to join us. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr. This has been the TNA Across the Line podcast.